A very warm welcome to this video, which I plan to do to give you an idea of the power of stories. Right from the time when Homo sapiens settled down into an agrarian society, the power of stories have been playing a major role, especially the transformative power of stories. This is the title of this particular video. How the power of stories transcended from myths to modern society, and why even today the stories are the most powerful medium for communicating complex information. There are six major functions or factors of how stories bestow transformative power to society. They are: number one, the power of the narrative, the language, the movement, the way it is being told. Number two, beyond words, unpacking the influence of stories on society. How do you convey these stories? Number three, weaving reality, the impact of stories on our lives. So, how do you bring about a reality which is far beyond the understanding of society through a narrative to the lives of people? Number four, the hidden language of stories, understanding their influence. Because unlike normal languages, stories have got subtle meanings which are hidden there. Number five, stories and society, how there is a mutual influence, the tapestry of influence between the two. And finally, number six, how did stories from myth to modernity transcend? Because that goes to prove the enduring power of narrative. As an introduction, I would like to say that stories in their myriad forms have always been central to human existence. They are more than mere entertainment. They are tools that can shape societies, influence behavior, and foster connections. From oral tradition passed down through generations to contemporary digital storytelling, narratives hold the power to transform our worldview. So now let us take the various points, the 6 points which I gave as an introduction. Number one is the power of narrative, because that is the only medium through which stories shape our world. Narratives have a unique ability to influence our perception and actions. Consider the influence of religious texts like Bible or the Quran or Bhagavad Gita or the Vedas. They all have powerful influence through their narratives. These texts comprises of narratives have laid down a moral and ethical framework that guide billions of people. Also similarly, Aesop's fables, though simple in structure, have imparted moral lessons to countless generations, starting from very young folks. In modern times, films like To Kill a Mockingbird or Schindler's List have brought social issues to the forefront, sparking dialogues and challenging systemic injustices. These examples demonstrate that stories are not just reflections of culture, they are instrumental in shaping it. Number two, beyond words, how stories can influence the society through their words. Stories extend beyond written or spoken language. Visual storytelling through films, paintings, photographs has its own profound impact. The photograph of the tank man in Tiananmen Square or the haunting image of the Vietnam War encapsulates stories that galvanize public opinion and influence political action worldwide. Within communities, stories are shared through festivals, rituals, and tradition that maintain cultural identity and cohesion. They can preserve indigenous knowledge and reinforce social norms, demonstrating that storytelling is an essential vehicle for transmission of culture and values. Number three is weaving reality. The impact of stories on our lives is that what reality that we cannot really perceive are brought into our own consciousness through the storytelling. Stories influence individuals by shaping their thoughts, ideals, and dreams. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, for instance, has inspired millions of children worldwide to read, sparking imagination and creativity and promoting themes of friendship and resilience. Moreover, stories can aid in healing and understanding. The use of narrative therapy in psychology underscores the power of stories to help individuals reframe their personal narratives, providing pathways to healing and growth. By articulating the stories, individuals can gain clarity, understand their experiences, and reconstruct their identities. And number four, the hidden language of stories, understanding how they influence society and individuals. The influence of stories is often subtle, operating through metaphor and symbolism. Consider the allegorical power of George Orwell's 1984 or Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, which use dystopian narratives to critique real life political and social systems. These stories resonate because they speak to universal truths and fears, using allegory to communicate complex messages without direct confrontation. Similarly, myths and legends, such as the Greek myth of Icarus, serve as cautionary tales that encapsulate deep seated human truths and dilemmas. These stories persist because they engage with the fundamental aspect of human nature. Number five, stories and society, a tapestry of mutual influences. Every society is a tapestry woven from stories of the people. Historical narratives like those recounting the founding of nations create a shared identity and foster unity. In the United States, the narrative of the American dream has driven generations to pursue innovation, economic success, deeply influencing the national ideology and policy. Conversely, the narratives of marginalized communities offer crucial insights into alternative histories and experiences. The storytelling efforts within movements like the Black Lives Matter spotlight issues of racial injustice, giving voice to the voiceless and promoting and prompting just social reflection and change. And finally, number six, how stories have transcended from myth to modernity through their enduring narrative power. Myths have always served as a cultural cornerstones. They answered the existential questions of ancient societies, explaining natural phenomena and human behavior. The myth of Prometheus, for instance, which I often quoted, explores the theme of ambition and punishment, echoing in modern narratives about innovation and its ethical implications. Today's digital age has transformed our stories, how they are told and disseminated. Social media platforms allow for rapid spread of narratives, providing individuals with a global stage to share personal stories and connect across cultures. Movements such as Me Too exemplify this, as personal stories collectively become a force of social change. And in conclusion, I would like to say stories are powerful engines of change, capable of shaping minds and societies. They are conduits of cultural, moral, personal values. They transcend time and geography, influencing how we perceive ourselves and our place in the world. We recognize the transformative power of narratives. We can better harness their potential to unite, educate, and inspire positive change in our societies. Whether ancient myths or modern digital tales, stories will continue to illuminate the human experience, catalyzing growth and transformation for generations to come. This is my wish. And whatever I am doing right now on YouTube, these are nothing but narratives, which through interpretation from various giants and through my own vocalization, we are able to pass on to many generations. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a great life.